Okay guys, we're back today with our 2015 Ford Fusion SE, and this is going to be a quick update video as usual as far as my updates go. But anyways, to make a long story short here, if you had seen the last video I made on this, which I believe was a test drive video, and I was quite surprised with how popular these Fusion videos were on this car. So anyways, as I had mentioned in that last video, I had said that at some point or another we were going to be selling this. This was my father's car, and he sold that and got a new vehicle, and I made a cold start on his new car, and if you hadn't seen that, it's on the channel, but I made it quite obvious as to what replaced this, and we're really happy with that replacement so far. But anyways, we had never sold the car. I think we tried to sell for like 2 weeks, and it just no bites are on this car. These cars are such dimes a dozen. No one's gonna really want a 110,000 mile Fusion, but there's a market out there. We just probably would have had to sit on it a little bit longer and lower the price. But anyways, within all that time period, my sister's Focus wagon, as you guys all know, this channel was built on the Focus wagon, but yeah, that car was starting to die. So it is dying. It's starting to need a lot of work to it. It's just not worth really fixing. And so we had an extra car, which was this right here, and so my dad decided to give this to her for a replacement. She goes to school about 2 hours away, and that car was starting to break down out there, and you know, you don't want to be stranded 2 hours away from home, so my dad wanted her to be in a newer car, safer car, all of that, something he wouldn't have to worry about. So this is now going to be her new car. She really hasn't put her stuff in it yet, as she's not back yet. I've been driving it for the past few weeks, so I've had quite a bit of fun in the car. It gets like 32 miles a gallon on the freeway for the type of driving I do. I have a pretty heavy lead foot. It's a 1.5 liter EcoBoost. It's a great engine. It's been tested through Ford pretty good. It's pretty bulletproof. That and the 2 liter itself. They're pretty good engines. This is good for efficiency, and it's really fun just to drive around town. There's nothing really bad I have to say about it. I would totally drive one of these if I had to. But looking at this particular one, I never really covered it on the first video I made of this. It's a 2015 SE. We've had this car since new. It was my stepmother's company car. She got another company car, but my dad ended up buying it from her company last spring. It's been serviced. You know, we know the history of it, and that's another reason that he wanted to give this to her. I mean, we know what it's about. It's been a fantastic car. Nothing but oil changes. It has had quite a few recalls on it, which I had actually taken care of. I got the car back today and had all those recalls done. I think it was a shifter bushing, steering wheel attachment bolt, and something else with the steering wheel. But anyways, the car is back. It's recall free. I had a new key made. My dad wanted me to get a key made, so there's that. That was $220. Thank you, Ford. One of the local dealerships I dealt with. Anyways, they made me that key. I'm not going to go into that, but here it is. It's a 2015, as I said. We'll give it a quick start up. Now that's not stock. My dad actually, there's a sensor you plug into the OBD2 port, and you can remote start your car that way. So my dad added remote start to it. So the dealership did give it a car wash. They do have a pretty bad car wash, as you can see. They didn't really miss the whole center of the rear right there, but free car wash nonetheless. The windows are tinted 35 in the rear, 50 up front. Just real conservative tints. It looks good with the car. It doesn't really stick out a whole bunch. Looking at the wheels, they are 17-inch alloys. They're riding on Goodyear Eagle Sports, and we've had quite good luck with these Eagle Sports. My dad had these on his last car, and we've had them on this car. They're really refined. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about them, so I personally wouldn't buy them, but we've had nothing but good luck with them. So we also did back in a couple of months ago, I helped my dad do some brakes on the car as well. Slotted cross drilled with ceramic pads up front, and the same in the rear. We also painted the calipers blue, so let's give a little personalization. You have heated mirrors on the outside, keyless entry. It's decently equipped for what it is. Like I said, I would have no problem driving this car. Stepping over to the interior, you have a fully powered driver's seat. Nothing's really out of the ordinary as far as wear. The cloth is a nice soft cloth. It's getting a little bit of wear on the bolsters there, but for 112,000, you know, it's gonna wear a little bit. WeatherTech floor mats. As far as the interior of this car, it's aged really well. The newer generation Fusion, the 2013 and up, Ford really did improve the build qualities on these things, and it really, the materials are really nice. Steering wheel is really nice and thick. It feels good in the hands. Here's your cluster. So we can go over a trip here. I'm getting 25 in the city right now, but I can easily do over 30 on the freeway, no problem. And you can get over 500 miles of tank on this. It's really such a good car for a commuter. But like I said, it's getting dark out right now, so we'll go and turn on the headlights. Door panels, they're wearing pretty good. A lot of Fusions actually do. If you drive like this and you have your elbow, you'll wear an elbow mark into the door panel, but there's no exception here. There's an elbow mark, but yeah. Other than that, everything else is holding up really good. This thing goes on climate control, 6-speed automatic, power parking brake, so it will engage right there. Other than that, leather stitched console. Window sticker over here. The car was a company car, so it was actually delivered in Maryland. It was sold to a dealer in Maryland and ended up in Texas. No idea how it did that, but that's usually how these fleet cars go. They get shipped all over the place before finally ending up in the owner's hands. But there it is. It does have a few options, so it's not totally base. It does have a few options, like I said. Just have the backup camera and your park sensors, which is really nice. Some lighting up here. Do have a lit vanity mirror as well. So 4K rev limiter. One thing I really liked about this car was, I never noticed until I started playing with the dials, but if you click the dial all the way over, and we'll turn the fans off, but when you click this all the way over like this, it'll turn your defrost on and your rear defrost. So that's a nice little courtesy thing Ford does, but I'll show you. So it kind of does that, and then say when it's cold, when it's hot outside, you click that all the way over, and it turns your AC on max. So I did like to see that, but other than that, it's your typical family sedan. Nothing too special. We'll pop the trunk. I'm not gonna pop the hood. It's just an EcoBoost. Nothing too special under there. It does have a K&N air filter. We just replaced the spark plugs on it. And we'll check out the back seat real fast. This is what we have. This is the remote starter box. So back here, it's all been cleaned out. You do have an armrest back here for your cup holders. So it's just your typical black cloth, and you have some vents back here and a 12-volt down there. So, I mean, obviously with the mileage it has on our 2015, this is all highway miles. I don't anticipate the mileage to go up no more than 10,000 a year now that my sister's going to be driving it. So it's going to kind of sit steady at that 120 mark. But looking at the trunk, here's your floor mats. Spare tire. And so again, when we did the brakes right around the same time, we also replaced the headlights, the high beams and the low beams with Sylvania Silver Star, I think ZXEs, that kind of the upgraded headlight. So it does have nice new headlights in it, which are pretty bright as well. And to get to the headlights, it's kind of a process because you have to take the front bumper off, and it's a big headache. I mean, it's something Ford designed that you have to take to the dealer, so you don't even want to have to mess with it. All these new cars are so hard to work on, but anyways, here it is. Hope you liked this update on the Fusion, that it's going to be staying with us for a while. I don't know when I'm going to have another update on it, because after she gets it, it's probably going to get filled with girl stuff. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video on the Fusion. As usual, thanks for watching. We'll talk to y'all later.